Hello, my name is Shannanscott, and my presentation today is about sexual assault and harassment in school. The general purpose is to inform everyone about sexual violation happening to kids. I'll explain the statistics, after effects, and resources of sexual assault in school. Sexual assault and harassment is a common problem that has not been reported. Sexual assault does happen at every stage of education. In Indianapolis, young male students had came up with this thing called Slap Ass Friday, which sexual assault does happen at every stage of education. In Indianapolis, young males had came up with what is known as Slap Ass Friday, which girls in the 4th grade stated that it was persuasive to do.
From the station taking action for you, this is ABC Action News.
They think it's funny, I understand they're kids, so I just don't think it's funny.
A local middle school steps in after a parent's complaint that a kid's prank amounts to sexual harassment. Some say it's the latest twist on the old ritual of boys chasing girls chasing boys.
Yeah, but one mom says it goes over the line. Our Bill Logan has been digging into this story all day long and has the very latest new at 5:30.
A-rated academically for the past 13 years, Pine Valley Middle had some parents fearing an X rating as boys began kiddingly threatening girls in what they were jokingly calling Slap Ass Friday.
Well, I understand they're kids, so I just don't think it's funny.
Tanya Thompson's 8th grade daughter wasn't hit, but she still brought her concerns about the game to the principal, who immediately let the kids know this was a no-slap zone.
They listened to what I had to say. They asked for clarification, some of them later in the day, and we have not had a singular incident reported.
Clarification, though, you've got to be very careful how much you clarify.
Well, they're middle school students, but it definitely gives us an opportunity to talk to them and to really relate it back to what I relate to them all the time, which is this is their job.
A job they have to take seriously, just like the administration took the slap aspects of this potentially sexually inappropriate game seriously.
The supposed slapping would have taken place sometime in gym class, but it was in gym class that all those who may have been associated with this were told that wouldn't be appreciated.
The coaches were very firm with them, and they had very serious conversation with those young men, as did I, and it was made clear of what was acceptable and what was not acceptable with our young ladies.
And 72 hours after the first reports, it was shut down Monday.
Monday it was handled. The assistant principal even checked on my daughter in PE on Monday, and she called me to let me know that, everything was okay.
Various versions of this game have been dealt with in Hillsborough and Pinellas districts this year, and in fact the slap assassins have been at this in some form since 2006, when the term first cropped up in the Urban Dictionary. It's just not taking hold here. In Pasco County, Bill Logan, ABC Action News.
Firstly, statistical studies show evidence of sexual harassment with boys and girls. 62% of college female students experience sexual harassment. 61% of college male students experience sexual harassment. 66% of college students know someone who has been sexually harassed. Sexual assault is any sexual contact or behavior that happens without any consent. Sexual harassment, making of unwelcome and inappropriate sexual remarks. Secondly, the after effects of sexual harassment. Been sexually violated have a difficult time trusting others, especially men. They have a lot of anger. They have a lot of self-blame or self-guilt, and they have a negative outlook on life. Thirdly, resources for victims of sexual harassment and assault. Sexual harassment is the Me Too movement. It started out as a way for survivors of sexual harassment and sexual assault and sexual bullying to bond and share their stories. Me Too has impacted so many people's lives. Civil rights activists. Another non-profit organization is the RAIN National Network. This non-profit organization started about 25 years ago and has helped millions of people. One of the largest organizations. Finally, I want everyone to think about all of the signs and after effects of people who have been sexually violated. They might have a difficult time trusting people, especially men, fear, have a negative outlook, and have a lot of self-blame and self-guilt. And it's signs.